Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Cape Rugby TV. We carry on talking about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. For those of you that have just joined us, you will now know that we are into episode 2. We did our first one last week, so we're now into episode 2 of season 15. Who would have imagined that we are 15 years into Cape Rugby TV, where we talk about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. And we're of course happy to say that nobody has stopped. Everybody's been training right through, working behind the scenes, and we'll talk more about that tonight. So a nice full show for you tonight. We've got a number of guests coming into the studio from Titans, Rocklands. Renzel Portman joins us. We've got the guys from Cali's in studio. But of course, before we get going, let me first say a big thanks to Score Energy Drinks. Score's of course on board, as you can see behind me, with Cape Rugby TV and of course the Western Province Club Rugby Sevens. There you see Score in all its glory behind me there now. And of course, CyberSmart, internet service provider. CyberSmart, your internet hosting and service provider on board with Cape Rugby TV. So we're going to take a look at some of the clubs and what they're up to. And joining me now in studio is Daniel Mtanda. Daniel's from Rocklands, and Gino Topley is from Titans. Daniel, nice to have you, man.
Hi, welcome JP, man. Thank you. Nice to have me also.
So everyone calls you Scarra, is that right? I see you've got Scarra on your name on the front.
That's where rugby name is.
Yeah. Where did that come from?
I guess I took it from Skarang to Baby. Because when I joined the club, I was a hooker. But I play 1, 2, and 3, so they took it from Skarra.
They didn't select you by accident and said, listen, the other Scarra's not here, we need to get you in and act like a double.
I went to the VP field, and actually at the gate, they turned me around. Said, no, it's not the right Skarra.
And joining us back in studio, well, not in studio, Gino, because you've been with us so many times online and behind the scenes as well. Gino Topley, Gino from Titans. Nice to have you here, man.
No, it's a privilege being here, finally in the hot seat, not being in front of the selfie camera, it's different.
Well, that's a bit weird, eh? But different?
It is, too much of them.
But you seem to have mastered that art now of getting
out of the
quick
shell.
videos behind the scenes and dropping it on WhatsApp and getting it out.
True, you made it kind of second nature to me, especially when I'm in the element when it comes to the rugby nature of it. But yeah, no, it's a good thing. It's a good hobby to do as well. So yeah, no, it's enjoyment.
So what do? Do you go down to practice and you just check who's there and
yeah, we do that. Honestly, we try to get everything in, regardless if people are at home doing it, or they doing it in the space of their own hiking things, or whatever the idea of doing it, or on the rugby field. We like to capture all the moments. I have a lot of it, but it's enjoyment.
So how often do you go down? How often do you go down to the club and do that?
Practice times in the week, we're there Tuesday, Thursday. Game days, we're there on Saturdays as well. Especially when the rugby actually started, we're there every week, in and out. So we always have the moment to actually capture these things.
Scarra, you're of course not only are you behind the scenes, but you're also playing for Rocklands. How do you balance that, playing and helping behind the scenes?
JP, it can be challenging at times, but it's because of the love of rugby. We also want to see the youth, because as we said, we are behind the scenes. We're starting off with the youth. So for the love of the youth, I'm getting old, man. My playing days is soon going to be over. So I need to stay into rugby, and that is where my passion is lying. And that is why I dedicate myself to playing side and administration side of starting off the youth.
So you guys were talking earlier on about the challenge between Rocklands and Titans. You're both playing in the southern region, so you're no strangers to each other. You guys know each other, right?
I really do. For the last couple of seasons, it's been probably more than a decade going on right now. The rivalry never stopped. It's a derby game. It's the not so friendly game, like you like to call it. But it's always been good playing Rocklands over the years.
Derby, is it derby? Do you guys feel like it's a derby?
Yeah, it's a derby game. When it comes to Titans, it becomes a big week. Because it's, as he mentioned, most of his players stay in Mitchell's Plain. And that is what we are fighting in Mitchell's Plain with the players. Why you want to play outside of your area? So it becomes a real derby. It becomes friends, become enemies. Comes on match day. So that is why most of our games, we lose it by 1 point or we draw the games. So there's never been a big score. It's always a tight game. Tight. Because it's friends, it's playing one another. But it comes over the rugby field, becomes enemies.
So both of you guys playing in the southern region, and from a southern region, city, northern point of view, your main thing is to make it, during the year, is to get to the top 9. That's step number 1.
That's the main objective. That is the main goal of it all. like I said, building up to this, there's about 6-7 teams that's competing for it. There's about 10-11 that's in the actual Southern League group. So it's very tough doing it because there's only 3 spots available, moving up to top 9 and from there into Super C. So that has always been the aim. And like Skara said, it's losing by 1 point, losing at home to your rivals and all of it. That's how tight it gets because everybody wants it at the end of the day.
But at the same time, one of the big things that has got more attention now, and I don't know, Skara, if you want to comment on this, but that the bottom 6 of the region has now become the Challenge Cup. So now there's a whole lot of focus, not only on we getting the top 9, but on doing well in the Challenge Cup. So even if you're not doing well in the top 9 or didn't make it, you've got this something to play for. It's become like almost a competition of its own.
Yes. On the Challenge Cup, talking about the Challenge Cup, we actually made the finals last year, which is it basically gives you 2 opportunities. Yeah. Because the main one is always to want to reach the top 9, so you can get promotion. But if you lose out on that, like you said, we've been losing out with 1 point. For the past 3 years, we've been losing out on 1 point to make the top 9. And then I'll get our second chance, which is your second team players also get the chance to feature into your first team. Yeah. So we also built that for the next season. So we see the Challenge Cup as an opportunity for bring silverware home for the year, at least to say, showcase what did you play for the year. So it becomes a tough competition.
So let me ask you this. Would you prefer to be number 5 in the Promotion Cup or the winner of the Challenge Cup?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
It's an unfair question. All right, but it's great chatting with you guys. We're going to talk more about what's happening in Western Province Club Rugby. Lots coming up still tonight, folks, so don't go away. We'll be carry on talking Club Rugby back in a sec.